1 Dublin, Ireland. There isn't any better method for recharging your energy forever in love than by streaming off to a city that is loaded up with warmth, giggling, and encouragement, alongside extraordinary sights, memorable charms, and a bouncing nightlife. Reflect in the account of your sentiment and permit all that energy to bloom again by getting a charge out of phenomenal music on some random evening, by singing and moving until the early morning, or by gazing in calm consideration at the eminent holy person Patrick's house of prayer. Why not lift your heart and spirits by visiting archaic palaces and by paying attention to antiquated legends, by staying in old-world accommodation, or by reveling in the midst of epic view? You could try and need to take a stab at walking together under heaps of fantasy-esque trees that furnish Ireland's social capital city with a heartfelt persona not at all like another. There's likewise an opportunity to give proper respect to St. Valentine himself at Whitefriar Road Carmelite Church, or to share a kiss on Hawpenny Scaffold, an enchanting passer-by walkway that traverses the waterway Liffey. Try to have some midday workmanship tea at the Marion Inn, or to take in an old-style music execution at the public show lobby prior to covering of the night with dessert at a chocolate bistro. Love and chuckling look for me mates. 2 Rome, Italy. Between the unending food, wine, and astounding old vestiges in and around the area, reviving any sentiment when in Rome would be unimaginable not. Relish scrumptious pasta and gelato aplenty while making a wish for durable joy while flipping a coin or two into the Trevi wellspring. You and your honey might in fact cycle past dynamic grape plantations and slope towns to loll in the wonders of Italy's picturesque charms prior to staying for a while at a 10th-century palace that presently fills in as a wine basement. Take a plunge at the underground aquifers of Acqui Terme and test Nebbiolo grape-implanted tastes in Montfort d'Alba. History buffs and foodies will likewise thoroughly enjoy the 16th-century cloister-turned lodging close by, or the prestigious chocolate and white truffle shops. Likewise in Italy is the town of Verona, home to the popular star-crossed darlings. Why not go on an outing to Juliet's Wall, or to the motivation for the gallery of the alleged previous Capulet, home to all the more likely value that you are so fortunate to have somebody exceptional to clutch until time everlasting, dissimilar to the youthful Shakespearean couple whose affection and lives finished all too early. You could try and need to assume the counsel of the on-location group of volunteer Juliets, who go about as part postal help and part advisors by consistently gathering, perusing, and answering letters offering heartfelt guidance. It very well might be viewed as a traveler contrivance for the devastated, however some of the time, it can act as an elective method for assisting your relationship with zooming towards a speedier recuperation. 3 Chamonix, France. Paris might be the most heartfelt city in France for most, however there's no rejecting that Chamonix, which sits in the French Alps, likewise offers an unrivaled kind of sentiment that even the City of Lights can't offer. The heavenly background of snow-covered mountains will without a doubt remove both your breaths, particularly as couples can go through their days enjoying fine wines, cheeses, and walking around cute little towns that will cause you to recall why it is you fell head over heels in any case. Take in new fresh mountain air from your chalet or go wild by adventuring near the sun through skiing 1,000 meters above ocean level. This home of the scandalous Mont Blanc Massif mountain range sits close to the intersection of France, Switzerland, and Italy, making it a wintertime jungle gym that would blow the mind of any average person, however a late spring wonderland that gives experienced looking for duos the opportunity to effortlessly get to good country trails with exciting displays for a definitive high-height thrill. Chamonix makes certain to resuscitate your affection life in manners that even you won't ever envision. For the Himalayas, Nepal. Taking on a troublesome test is in many cases a wonderful method for working on a relationship and work through misfortunes. Have a go at going on an incredible experience with your honey to the Himalayas with a 150-mile journey around probably the most glorious mountains on planet Earth, including the 26,545-foot Annapurna. Remain inside curious little tea houses in a neighborhood Nepalese town and be totally encircled by stunning regular landscape that consolidates firm outside air with serious adrenaline siphoning activity to assist you with chipping away at every one of the difficulties that might be influencing your day-to-day love life. With scenes going from snow-covered mountain ridges and high-height deserts, to rhododendron backwoods and an energetically refined local area of exactly 40 million individuals offering an old kind of motivation, a journey through a portion of the world's most perilous streets is an extraordinary opportunity for couples to expand upon trust and correspondence. Truly, the 2,500 km long curve that stretches across Asia is all the spot to zero in exclusively on fixing which's messed up, all while experience a rare dream excursion. 5. Cappadocia, Turkey. On the off chance that awakening several hours prior to the break of day while spooned up comfortably in a comfortable bed inside a genuine cavern seems like your favorite, head on over to this verifiable Turkish locale. Consistently, it's as of now seen its own ascent and fall of realms, also the consistent ascent and fall of millions of couples who run over to the area consistently to fiddle in the midst of a remarkable sort of heartfelt otherworldliness and wizardry. Have a go at taking drive through profound gulches and old stone developments, or hopping onto a sightseeing balloon to take in a mystical dawn or nightfall from the mists. 6. Seychelles. There's plenty of reason why Britain's Prince William and Princess Kate decided to honeymoon in this archipelago of over 100 coral and granite islands in the Indian Ocean off East Africa. Boasting pristine beaches, diverse coral reefs, dense forests, and rare wildlife such as giant Aldabra tortoises, not to mention amazing fresh seafood and a myriad of ultra-luxurious to get away at, it certainly won't be difficult to rekindle any kind of romance at one of the most beautiful places on earth. Live the high life at one of the country's star-spangled hotspots while taking in talcum powder beaches that overlap with azure waters, lush hills, and a super sublime laid-back local vibe that provides couples with exclusivity, ultimate relaxation, tons of luxury, and lots of gorgeous privacy within an all-around glorious tropical paradise. It really is the ideal beach escape for 7. Bali, Indonesia and Maldives. In the event that you can't get a relationship together in the Maldives or Bali, then, at that point, where can you? Truly, it's hard not to have affection toward the individual you're with when you are completely encircled by outright magnificence. The Maldives have the absolute most immaculately ideal spots on the planet. Regardless of where you and your darling breeze up at, you can have confidence that it will be heaven and paradise on the planet. Test everything from comprehensive hotels like Club Drug to selective confidential islands offering a variety of sumptuous and heartfelt choices to couples searching for adoration. Over in Bali, there's even an opportunity to promote therapies with some dolphin treatment at the Melka Excelsior Lodging Resort or by partaking in a peaceful week spent loosening up on the ocean front, visiting a butterfly park, and going horseback riding on delicate white sands prior to going to a couple of pony treatment meetings. However, a drawn-out meeting with Mr. Ed probably won't tackle your conjugal issues. It's all certainly worth a pursue frantic couples wanting to rediscover a tragically missing association. 8. Tokyo, Japan. It may not seem like the best spot to set out to toward a heartfelt save cation, yet interests make certain to be blended come springtime in Japan's capital city, where the exceptionally respected sakura or cherry bloom season is going full bore. Feel yourselves change for the better alongside every one of local people while watching billions of sensitive blossoms sprouting, blooming, and falling effortlessly from large number of trees specked all over the city. For sure, an enchanted yearly treat generally imparts love very high, particularly assuming you head down to the all-around manicured gardens at Shinjuku, or the bustling roads that line the canal by the illustrious castle. Tokyo during cherry bloom season is positively an amazing spot to experience passionate feelings for once more. Furthermore, you'll probably track down brilliant lights, huge city fun, rich culture, grand engineering, fantastic food, and fascinating individuals alongside that multitude of pinkish-white petals drifting around. It truly is just about as wonderful as everything sounds. 9. Costa Rica or Peru. Adrenaline surges are continuously exciting, particularly for couples needing to brighten up their adoration lives. Go on an extraordinary experience with your honey while accomplishing something thrilling enough with your accomplice to make them see you from an alternate perspective. It's another kind of turn-on that will repair any disturbed relationship without a doubt. Attempt Guanacaste, the ocean-side line territory that is overflowing to the T with heart-beating fun, for example, surfing, horseback riding, zip-lining visits, or all-out journeys to one of the area's volcanoes. Light a flash to any lost fire by going on a long climbing or setting up camp outing that will eliminate you from the humdrums of an everyday daily practice by switching things around and moving any couple to endeavor towards relationship achievement. Out traveling like this, both of you will get to observe the best and the most terrible in one another, from the start with superb perspectives on the rough focal American rainforest or the antiquated vestiges of Machu Picchu that will without a doubt quiet any earlier questions you might have had about your adoration life. 10. Namib Desert, Namibia. Step into a surrealist painting with your extraordinary somebody to a spot that is incredible, immaculate, and free by any kind of present-day or traditional the travel industry. It truly is the ideal spot to fix any wrecked relationship, offering couples with a more than brutal scene of changing sand ridges that will place even the best of things into viewpoint. Perceive how interesting, crude, and delightful nature truly is as minuscule grains of sand blow across the fields during a long climb under the sweltering sun to a precious stone-blue Atlantic Sea that anticipates toward the finish of the immense, cold, and rough southwest African desert. Go wild by taking a helicopter ride or by sandboarding to the sea, or basically relax by cruising around in a pleasant safari jeep and by moving away at one of the numerous sumptuous short-term visits nearby.